What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Kate Bush. And we're going to start going through a handful, maybe a half dozen bonus tunes included in an expanded folder for the 1989 album The Sensual World. Shout out to Seb once again. As well as for the metadata, and from that I can tell you that this track, Walk Straight Down the Middle, is actually the B-side of the title track for The Sensual World. So the phrase, when I see it, the first thing that jumps out to me is the idea of engaging in a relatively average or standard behavioral program. The idea of walking I'm seeing as metaphorical or analogical, but the idea of not deviating too far from the norm, not going too many standard deviations away from the mean. But that could be more internal in terms of, you have a certain behavioral program that you've been pursuing, which is perhaps based on certain principles. But then if you do something that's very aberrant, you might not be seen as walking straight down the middle anymore, but it could be in relation to other people. But it's interesting because that would be more of the idea of conformity, like walk straight down the middle, don't rock the boat, do what the majority of people do. So, typically in art that's less the message. So, and obviously a story that is about a particular narrative doesn't necessarily have to relate to common artistic motifs, and if anything, Kate Bush is decidedly uncommon when it comes to her creativity, her artistry, and so on. And I know I haven't even really seen her videos yet. I've sneaked, and I've seen one or two, but ultimately I get it that even my understanding now is still only partial. So, but yeah, ultimately it makes me think about the idea of pursuing a middle way and not straying too far from that, but that could manifest in all sorts of different stories. Let's find out what Kate actually has to say about it. This is Kate Bush, Walk Straight Down the Middle, the B-side of the single for the title track of the 1989 album, The Sensual World. All these expectations broken. It's such a moody tune. It sounds like score. It had some soul to it, especially the way she was singing. It was a bit dark and moody and almost like sullen, but like I couldn't like crack what the essence of the lyrics were about. But obviously, the thing that really stood out is all these expectations that were not fulfilled, and the outcomes were decidedly different, which is interesting in relation to the phrase "walk straight down the middle." Like they thought he died, but he didn't. She didn't think she'd come back, but she did. So I was interested by not only all these contrasts, but the fact that perhaps, or maybe I'm misreading the story, but that in the context of whatever this narrative is, people are expecting one thing to happen, and the opposite, or at least not that thing, is what occurs. So, curious as to what the essence of that is, but ultimately, I really enjoyed the sonic flavor of this one. Like I said, it had a moody feel, maybe a bit melancholic, but also very soulful and rich, and not only the vocals, of course, but there was that one sort of high dancing like keyboard layer, I think, that was really enjoyable. This is another one I'm gonna have to again re-listen to, which I mentioned this in a lot of reaction series over time, but recently some people commented I do listen to tracks that I do reactions to in headphones, and some of them, because they really hit with my brain, I end up re-listening to them many times in that immersive way in the days following the reactions. So rest assured that I do appreciate that this sort of kind of DIY live sound experience, which again, it started with let's listen to a techno record, I'll put it on and we'll listen to it. Obviously my channel has grown into much beyond that, but I just wanted to assure people that I do go back and listen to Kate and everyone else in that rich immersive way. Nevertheless, I'll stop babbling. Do let me know what you think of this one. I'm curious to get an angle on the lyrics here. So let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.